All right, we recording, so it's on you.
Yo, 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 what it is? It is your boy Who Is D, right? I got the whole crew in here. I got Master OG Ty. What's good?
What's goody, Master OG, Big Measy?
Get your boy George in here. Fresh.
What
Cali.
up, y'all? You already know. Kylie, Joker A.
And of course, I got Doc in here too as well. What's good, Doc?
You know what it is. Neighborhood know it all. Yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. So let's just go ahead and hop right into this, man. Ti. We talked about him on episode 2 about the Hymen situation. Did everybody see the Red Table Talk interview, or at least get a chance to read the recap? Yeah, no, I ain't see that joint.
Well, I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but I didn't really get to watch it thoroughly. But I
Mm,
got the gist of it.
yeah,
I watched it as it was brought to my attention. I ain't, but I
yeah,
watched it. It was interesting. He did the right thing, whether or not it was you know true or not is
mm,
left
oh,
to But he did the right thing.
I sense some doubt. I sense a little doubt in there.
I don't have reason to doubt anything Ti say, but at the same time, once we saw his daughter's reaction, if he felt enough about his daughter's reaction to come back and say something about it, then it leaves room for him to, not necessarily say lie, but try to cover his ass about what he said. But if his comeback was real, if his explanation of the situation was real, then I can accept that too, because you know how the internet will blow shit up. So
But
Big
what did
fact.
his daughter? What did his
Look,
daughter say about it?
well, basically, well, let's just summarize what Ti did for people who didn't look at it. He basically recanted and said that it was an embellishment. Basically, uh, he wasn't being literal,
Mm.
and they took it as literal and it got blew out of proportion. The only thing his daughter hasn't made any remarks, but the only thing I will say his daughter did do was she liked a lot of comments that was going against Ti on like Instagram and stuff before she deactivated it.
Wow. She
and
was
then I don't know if y'all saw the video, but Tiny kind of put the fact to the fiction. That's why I'm not saying I don't think that he lied necessarily. It is up to interpretation, but
Yeah,
Tiny was just saying basically that the situation itself did happen, but it wasn't like recent. Like they did it when she was like 15, 16, and like he wasn't in the room and she was present and all that. Like she kind
so
of cleared up a lot of what the internet was trying to go in on. So I
so
mean,
this the thing though. Like last time when we talked about it, I had said that I didn't think he was like literal with it. Like I had
Mm.
said, and
facts.
I feel like I think he shouldn't even even brought it. If it's just gonna be this, he shouldn't even brought it up because it just was a waste of time and it just brought bad publicity to him. I don't know what he thought people was going to feel about it. I mean, it's strange. It's like strange.
Yeah.
No matter
But
how you
what
look
was
at
the
it,
first way he brought it up? Like, how did he first bring it up?
it was
good
well.
question.
They was. I think
On a
he was doing
podcast,
an interview
he was on a podcast.
podcast.
It was probably brought up in a joking kind of way or something. We just
Well,
threw it
yeah,
out there. I'm
That's what
still
he
in the
said.
same mindset where Ti's still in the right. If he wanted to do whatever, I don't think he did it like Doc was saying. I don't think he actually was all in it, looking in the whole cavernous vagina of his underage daughter or whatever. But if he want to know if she good or not, that's his prerogative.
I
I
mean, yeah,
mean,
I agree with that. I agree
and the
with that.
host was laughing. They thought it was a joke as well, and they deleted the episode since then.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, they deleted the whole episode. But they were laughing. I think everybody, at least from that energy I got, they all thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
But social media was like, "Oh no, we running with this big fella.
Right.
We
Yeah.
The
taking
internet
this. We
just
gone."
blows. The internet just blows stuff out of proportion, though.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
you know what I mean? You could be sitting there and like,
Social
obviously, you
media, dog.
probably don't want to joke about something like that because, just like I said, political correctness, the internet, they're gonna take all that, they're gonna run with it, and next thing you know, you're gonna be the bad guy. And all you was trying to do was just saying, like, you was exaggerating, but all you was putting out there was be more involved in your kid's life type thing. You know what I'm
Facts.
Yeah.
saying?
Sure. Yeah,
So
sure.
I think it was just a bad idea on the part of him. And the Ti is a way smarter guy than that. You know what I mean? Like he should already know he was setting himself up.
Yeah.
Same. It's gonna
Sure.
all blow over. It don't even matter.
in that in that red table interview, like he did mention how he didn't he wasn't fully cognizant of how sensitive people was going to be about it. So, and
Sure.
I can
World we
and
live
in a certain way, I can kind of agree with him on that sense because if y'all watch Expeditiously, he kind of go in like raw. So it's like I get him, I feel him.
Speaking of good parenting, I don't know if you're all familiar with this picture I sent to the group text.
When we pull that joint up,
Sure, you can put a picture up.
yeah, I'm gonna pull that joint up, bro.
All right, excellent. So the picture is of Dwayne Wade's beautiful family. Um, Gabrielle Union, you know what I'm saying?
Where is that shit?
Got a
At?
daughter and a
There we
son.
go.
Great family, great black family. Twitter seems to be in a little bit of an uproar though. I went to Twitter and I was just scrolling to see what was the most popular comments. And it was real homophobic at the beginning. But then a lot of people towards the middle was like, oh, I wouldn't have my 12-year-old wearing a heart to top. Because I don't know. I mean, the 12-year-old in the picture, he did have a heart to top on. You know, he's openly gay.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade shouted him out in June when he went to the Gay Pride March. I think it was June. So honestly, I'm where do I start with this? I don't. I'm like, I don't listen.
Stop beating around the bush. You want me to take this over?
It's two issues. No, it's two
Okay.
issues that it's two issues that you can extrapolate from this position or this thing. One is a lot of people look at this man. It's one, people had issues with it, son being homosexual. I think that's a totally separate argument. And then two is should a child be, a 12-year-old be wearing a heart to top? And I think what else you say? He has nails done and stuff like that.
Yeah, he got his nails done. He got on what looks like leggings. I know niggas wear like super tight jeans, but they look like leggings.
Those are
And
leggings.
he got
Can
like
I just comment real
Those are
quick?
leggings.
Oh, I
That's
do
why he
want
got
to
on stretch pants.
let me comment and say his boots fire though. Boots fire. His
This
boots are
nigga,
fire.
this nigga here.
His boots are fire, bro. His
he
boots are
got,
fire, bro.
he got on some Afro punk boots.
It's just fire.
He is on one right now.
Right.
So I mean, I guess, what are your thoughts on two things? What are your thoughts on, not him having an openly gay son? I think as a culture we kind of passed that point. What are your thoughts of him allow him to dress like that as a 12-year-old? And what are your thoughts on social media kind of demonizing him for having an openly gay son and being proud of it?
Somebody else go first. I need to hit
Shit, I'll go first. I'm trying to understand where they demonizing him for being proud about it. It was just people on social media that are fighting with each other about his choices, about D-Wade's choices and his sons. So again, in D-Wade's house, that's his rules. If he open with it, cool. If he letting them dress like that, cool. If it was my house, he ain't about to be open like that. Like he can be gay, but I'm letting know right now, like, yo, I wanted a son. When I birthed you, I gave you my name because I wanted my son. One of the same experiences we was go to share. I
play devil's advocate.
Let me read a tweet for y'all real quick. Let me read a tweet. This is from Richie Rich on Twitter, right? He replied to Dwayne Wade's picture. He said, "Nobody is born gay. Humans are made to be with the opposite gender. The fact that you encourage your son to make that decision at his age is sad!" Exclamation mark. Take him to see psychologists. Just like incest is taboo, so is being gay. If someone loved their brother or sister, would you encourage it? Question mark, question mark. These are the kind of comments I saw on Twitter.
But see, the thing is,
the way he worded that just sound rude.
So it's just, I think people just so judgmental. Okay, so this is the thing. I'm with George. If it's my household and you underage, then you dressing however I want you to dress. But at the same time, some people may say that you kind of like stifling their personality and who they really are and all that kind of stuff. But I'm saying at 12 years old, how do you know?
Yeah, bro. You ain't even up in no cheeks yet, bro. Stop
I'm
it.
30, and I'm still trying to figure out for real. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean,
You trying to figure out if you gay or not?
Oh man.
Bro.
that hat you got on, dude.
Oh man.
I know where you was going with that. You just stopped it.
I know where he's going with that, and like I said, at 12 years old, bro, you don't know what the fuck you are. Stop playing.
Exactly.
Stop playing.
Well,
and Dwayne Wade didn't buy them damn clothes, so I don't know who the fuck told that nigga he could put that shit on. Come down the stairs on Thanksgiving for that shit. Nah.
well, let me just throw this out there real quick. I read an article last week, just in this addition to the story. A father got his son taken away because I believe the child was 8, and he said he identifies as a woman, and the father refused to give him hormone treatment, and which resulted in CPS taking his kid away from him.
Because he
Is that real?
hormones.
Because
Yes,
he re-
yes, that was a real article. It was I forgot what news source it was, but I was reading it and I was like, wow.
That's crazy.
So let me just say, when I say like, all right, it's two different things, right? Because I had this argument over Thanksgiving. You know how like everybody get drunk at the end of the night over Thanksgiving, and then we had some real black conversations.
Yeah.
I had this argument because somebody, I guess the biggest question, because you're saying 12 is not the age where people who are born gay, or people who are gay, they say they were born gay, right? So it's two questions at hand. Can you be born gay, right? And I would add this second question is, if you are, 10 years old and you say, I feel like I'm a woman inside a man's body, are you born that way, or is that a psychological disorder to say you feel like someone else in your own body?
Honestly, I don't think any of us could speak on can you be born gay, because that's not our life, and I'm not going to speak on nobody else's life. Because if you look at it, even if you want to be realistic, they have instances where homosexuality has happened in nature without human, involvement and stuff like that. So whatever if they feel like they was born gay, I agree with it or whatever. Hey man, that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
So
But-
why
but-
hold on, why limit them at age 12, right? You said that you
But
want to
this,
dress
is
the
the,
way.
but this is the thing. We know as grown-ups that kids do weird things. We know a kid may do something and have no intention. Like right now, my son is 2 years old, and he may play with his sister's Barbie doll. Does that mean that I should get him hormone treatment because he wants?
No.
You know what I mean?
That's different though. His kid.
I don't think it's different. I don't think it's
no,
different.
I'm saying it's different in this situation because his kid has already spoken to his parents and said, "I'm
I
gay.
think- okay.
I identify as
The
a
nigga is
homosexual."
in what, second grade? Stop
If
it.
you are a
Nigga,
minor,
he's 12. He's in
if you are a
7th grade.
I'm talking about the 8-year-old dude.
Oh, well, that's a different story. That's transsexual. Man. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother onion.
If you're a minor, I don't think you have the choice. I think the
The
choice.
hell no, you don't have no choice
Wow.
when you're a minor. You don't.
I think if you're a
Wow.
minor,
You don't have a choice of your orientation.
You don't have a choice to be doing any fucking thing. You're a minor.
Exactly.
It's just like any other medical procedure. You
can't-
ain't gonna
you
do it
can't
if your
limit.
people
All
gonna
right,
sign off.
question. All right, question. So, all right, we was
If they can make that
heterosexual.
choice, they can
No,
smoke.
hold on. We was heterosexual males and we was pursuing women. I don't know. I fucked my first female at 12, right? And my
Same.
father was proud. So you telling me that I feel like they ain't the same energy for me. If a homosexual,
I'm saying D-Wade's son ain't fuck nobody.
All right, so
Yeah.
but this is the thing. This is the
fuck
thing.
I'm
Nigga,
saying.
just because your father,
I don't know with that horse top. I don't know, bro.
bro. Nah, bro. If you under 18, you listen. You abide by my rules, and if I don't want to,
You gonna limit them? Is what you're saying?
No, nigga, you go by the rules in his house.
So his rules is letting his son to be open.
That's
no,
limited.
that's not letting it be open. This is the thing. You can be whoever you want to be, but I'm not going to dress you in a princess dress. If you feel like that's
Wow.
if you feel like that,
Wow.
hey man, it is what it is. If you underage, if you're a minor living in my house,
You don't think that would be a little bit homophobic?
No, man, it's his house.
How?
Do you want your?
He's telling you.
Would you take
he's telling-
Dwayne Wade's son as your son? Let him walk around in crop tops through your house. Take him
First of all-
events. 12 years old with a crop top, telling every single body, "Oh, I'm gay."
Difference between-
wear a crop top.
Fuck
That's what I'm
no.
saying. I wouldn't let my 12-year-old daughter wear a crop top. But if my son said at 12 years of age, look, I feel like I'm a woman in a boy's body and I want to wear dresses. Look, I don't understand that because I love vagina and I'm a man in a man's body. I don't know what that feel like.
Nah,
but if you want to do that, bro, I can't restrict your orientation. I want
Yeah,
you to be
stuff.
free.
You're not
I don't
restricting his
want-
orientation.
No,
You
listen,
saying
I
you
think-
ain't
I
wearing
think
that
it
dress,
does-
nigga.
I think it does more damage for a parent to restrict it than to let them live and figure out and make mistakes organically.
So then,
No.
Now,
okay, so let's
I
say-
see
let's
Doc
say-
facial expressions, but
listen,
go ahead.
Let me respond to that. So you saying basically you don't want to restrict them and all this stuff, right?
In
So
certain ways, I wouldn't let them wear a halter top.
Let's say now this child turns 18 and decides, oh, that was just a phase. And you
Okay.
got pictures of this man in a halter top and skinny pants.
Okay.
Come on now, bro. Come on.
What's
It's
up?
a-
What's the problem?
listen, as a child, you can't decide nothing. I don't care. I don't feel like you. when it's something like that,
Nah, bro.
you can't decide.
I'll tell
And
you
so
how the conversation goes.
Hold on, what's the problem? What's the problem with your scenario? When he turned 18 and decided it was a phase. What's the problem? We got pictures when you was in your phase.
Nah, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. What if he be like, man, why would you post that? You like, I was a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Bro, we remove it then. No problem. Boom.
Nah.
The thing is, why even post it in
Nah.
the first place? You just send it
Because that was where you were at in your evolution.
No,
Bro.
that's not evolution. No, that's
not. Stop it. Stop it, bro.
Let me just say this real quick before Doc start talking. A LGBTQ
Here we go, bro.
I don't want no smoke.
Here we go. He just added extra fucking letters to y'all niggas. Talking about he don't want no smoke.
No. My whole thing is, bro, look, this is my philosophy of life. You do whatever makes you happy as long as you ain't hurt nobody.
That's cool.
But listen, at the same time, I do feel like it's the age where you shouldn't make decisions that will affect your life permanently. And I think something like hormone treatment as an 8-year-old will obviously affect you permanently. You shouldn't be taking hormones as an 8-year-old. You shouldn't be thinking anything sexual enough when you need to change your body. So I'm on the fence with it. I'm pro, do what you want to do, be happy. But at the same time, I think there's an age that we just gotta be honest.
Bro.
Man.
Let me. But Doc, you going? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Say your piece. Say your piece.
Go ahead, bro. So first off, Darius, don't interrupt with shit, bro. Don't interrupt with nothing, cuz. So listen, here's how the conversation goes. I'm gonna sum up my answer and how my conversation with my 12-year-old son. I'm not even gonna speak on this 8-year-old nonsense. I'm gonna tell you how the 12-year-old son is about to talk to me. I'm gonna be like, son, put my hand on his shoulder with some fucking strength, like boom, nigga. Listen, I understand what you just told me. You think you gay. You think you trying to wear this crop top you got laid out here with these spandex on the bed. Let me tell you something.
Those were skinny jeans.
Whatever. Let me tell you something. I don't understand that. You haven't been in either of anything to do that. I know you ain't been up with no dudes because I ain't about to have that shit in my motherfucking house.
What about attraction? Whoa,
you don't even know. You don't even know. So anyway, I'm talking to my son right now. I'm talking to my son right now, Darius.
He's correct.
I'm talking to my son right now, Darius.
No.
I need you to get out my story so I can talk to my son.
You didn't have no boyfriend or girlfriend at 12, bro?
I need you to get up out my story so I can talk to my son here. I'm gonna talk to my son over here, okay?
Let G finish real quick.
Okay,
let G
Jesus.
Finish, so we can move.
So I don't understand what you think you may be going through, but I do understand the timing that you get to go through it isn't right now when you in my house. I had a son. I have an understanding of how males come up, and in this house, that's how it's about to go. Now, when you 18, I'm gonna support you. You know, through whatever you want to go to pride parades and have your little boyfriend on shit, cool. Exactly. But under this house, while I don't get it, and you still have to abide by what the fuck I understand, we ain't doing none of this shit. Okay.
Prom.
Period. Period. Fuck your prom. You ain't going. The fuck you think this is?
I don't know, bro. I see some damaging things psychologically that's gonna happen in this man's life when he's in.
Ain't nothing damaging gonna happen.
Not damaging at all.
It's not damaging.
You might as well take a Hymen. You might as well take Hymens at that point, bro. Check Hymens.
Parents stop their children from doing shit all the time. Parents stop their children from doing shit all the time, and it didn't do nothing. Everybody was stopped once in their life, at least.
When was your first relationship, George?
Nigga, like, I don't know. Everybody got good kindergarten girlfriends, nigga.
All right, so boom, you stopping him.
Real girlfriend.
Nah, like I'm saying, real girlfriend. You doing shit with? You ain't doing nothing in fucking elementary school.
Exactly.
We're not talking about fucking. We're not talking about fucking enough. I'm just saying, when you had girlfriends from when you were at elementary school.
You are literally out here talking about some grade school shit.
Oh, chill. Listen, I'm saying you had girlfriends from when you were at elementary school, right? All the way up till you got older and it was different levels. Or different
I don't fucking know.
Still.
It was still house phone.
What I'm saying is, if you have a young boy who's attracted to other young boys, you're preventing him from having romantic feelings by saying none of that in my house.
Actually, what I'm doing is, first of all, 12-year-olds don't need to be doing shit
you
anyway.
18, you don't need to be having romantic.
Yeah, you don't need to be doing it anyway. And secondly, he could be confusing. He could be confusing another young boy by making it seem like, oh, this is so great. Like the other nigga could be hella fucking confused, and because you're so open with this shit here, you letting this nigga could just completely fuck up another child. To no end.
Come on now, man. You can't. You listen. It comes to a point where you got to protect the children, bro. They not doing that no more, bro. They not protecting these
So that's
kids,
protecting
bro.
the children. So
No,
Yes.
So forbidding them from having romantic feelings or attractive feelings towards whoever they feel attracted to, whether it's male or female,
Bro.
you believe that's protecting the children.
Yes.
No,
I'm forbidding them from doing that shit in my
I
house.
believe protecting the children is not making them jump to no decisions that they don't fully understand
Exactly.
at the age of 12. That's all it is. Now, listen, I don't got a problem with nobody being gay.
Nope.
The issue is,
Can I ask you a question?
you got to listen. Hold on, let me say this. You got to sit your son. You got to sit your son up, down, and be like, "Yo, check this out. I understand you said you gay. I understand you want to wear dresses and all that. Me personally, I think you got a lot more life to live. I think you should try out other things before you just decide that you're gay. And like George said about the wearing dresses in my house and stuff. Hey man, listen, if you under my roof, this is what you're gonna wear what I buy for you. I'm not about to go out there and start buying dresses. You're gonna wear what I'm buying for you. Because that's what I'm buying for you. You're my son, you're not my daughter, and I'm buying this for you. Now, when you turn 18, if you decide, hey, I want to change, I want to take hormones and all that stuff, then I'll buy you dresses, then I'll do all that stuff for you. I'll go to Pride with you.
And you better be on a motherfucking scholarship because the nigga ain't paying for college and you doing that shit.
Questions. First question is, after he turns 18 and he decides, all right, I'm 18 now, I want to wear dresses, can he still live in your household? That's the first question.
No.
Yeah. If me personally, I know George said no, but me personally, I don't care.
But I'm not kicking him out though. I'm just like, I told you what I'm comfortable with. Like you find doing that, establish your own shit where you can maintain your new lifestyle that you want to live. But if you need me to maintain your lifestyle, I want my idea of the son I wanted is. Now you can come around and we can be good. And I'm not about to be like disrespectful. I'm not going to be like, I'm not gonna want to come to your wedding with another dude. I'm not gonna do none of that shit. I'm just letting you know when you living up in here, that's not the ideas I wanted to be up in here. Period.
Second question. So let's say your son is 12, right? And he says, "Dad, I have a girlfriend and I want to come over." You have a problem with that?
Yes. You shouldn't be having no girlfriend at 12.
Yeah, second grade. All the kids had little sleepovers. I'm gonna allow the same shit that was allowed for me.
You are in seventh. You are in middle school.
The girls, people probably ain't gonna let her come over.
Bro, what world do you live in, bro?
Bro, what world do you live in, bro? No, listen, bro, you don't got kids.
Have girlfriends in middle school, bro.
The only time a girl ever got the only time a girlfriend got into my house was if my peoples was both gone at work and niggas was just in the neighborhood chilling.
I'm not saying I gotta be alone, bro. I'm just saying she wanna come over, have dinner, or go out. You wanna go to the movies, bro?
You just said come over to the house, nigga. You can't keep changing the fucking scenario.
Darius, you don't got kids, so I'm gonna explain this to you real quick. Having a girlfriend at 12-year-old is not normal, bro. That's not normal.
Middle school is not normal.
That's dumb, bro.
Having a girlfriend in middle school is not
Y'all
normal.
just together. Y'all not in a relationship.
Wow.
You just go with her.
Wow, bro. Now I don't know if you watch Disney Channel.
This nigga talking about Disney
But
Channel.
when I was
how you about
growing
to confirm? How you about
when I was growing
to
up-
back up anything with Disney Channel, nigga?
Bro,
Because bro, it was always little flings on the Disney Channel shows.
Who gives a fuck about the
Show me
flings
any-
on the Disney Channel
any
show?
Show me any show at 12 years old where they was having girlfriends and boyfriends. Any
All
show.
right. Let's
12
skip
years old. Not
Let's skip to
13,
ninth
not
grade.
14.
Skip to ninth grade. You 14 years old now. What's up?
Nigga, high school was the first time motherfuckers was allowed to come over like that.
Yeah. All right. At 14 years of age, ninth grade, sometimes people who have a late birthday be 13. Can they bring over their girlfriend to your house?
I still don't know about that, bro.
Yeah, with like chaperone shit, they're not about to go sneak off alone or nothing.
Can they bring their boyfriend to your house if it's a boy?
Nigga, no, I just told you that shit ain't happening in the house.
Wow, niggas homophobic.
It's not homophobic, nigga. I just explained. You wish yelling changed anything. It doesn't, bro.
Your point is
my point.
You don't. Your point is hella flawed. You're just loud. That's all it is.
No, hold on. You allow him to have a heterosexual relationship and bring over his 14-year-old.
Yes, I'm allowing my son to be a boy.
You're not allowed.
The same thing I said.
Allow him to have a homosexual.
The same thing I said. Yes, I'm supporting this whole relationship. I'm not supporting no
heterosexual relationship.
Yeah, I just told you that, nigga. You're not proving that.
Why you not supporting his?
This falls under my household. You just asked, do I want him to bring him over my house? Nigga, no, it's my house. I said no to that shit.
You have a problem with homosexuals?
Nigga, I have a problem with my son who is under 18 thinking that he
trying
can
to
bring over another dude who's in
exactly,
relation to my house. I just
exactly.
said that nigga turned 18. He can marry that nigga. I'll be at the wedding and be like, oh, this is cute.
But it's cool if you bring over a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, because that's what I'm here for, nigga. I was in a relationship with girls. I'm here. I can talk to him about this shit. I'm not about to
No,
sit back and
I have
talk
no
to this
further
nigga
words.
about his problems with a
it's
dude.
absolutely listen. This
I'm
would
rap
make
with y'all own Pandora's box.
bro.
I'm done.
Listen.
Shit.
I feel like people like gay people and people in the LGBT. I feel like they want to force stuff on people, and if we don't like it, they want to get mad and attack us. That's not. You can have preferences and not be against homosexuality. I have a homosexual friend, but just because you got preference and you want it this way and not that way, just like a motherfucker want dick instead of vagina, a man wants dick instead of vagina. That's his preference. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, man, in the long run, man, it's all about if you got a 12-year-old son, it's all about you being a parent and let him know, hey yo, listen, I know you feel this way now, but you may not feel this way later. So I feel like I would be more comfortable if we just hold off on the dresses for now. You know
They
what I'm
say
saying?
we got this whole conversation about black people not fucking wanting homosexuality shit in their house. How about we go fucking sit in the white people house and let's hear the talks that their dad tells their daughters about bringing home niggas. How about that? And I bet you niggas don't have no fucking problems at every household. I'm sure has had this fucking talk about it.
Exactly. You can have race preference, but you can't have sex preference. That's crazy.
Come on,
and
bro.
That's the thing, man. I ain't gonna go into it.
Shit.
What about you, Doc?
Oh, this nigga Darius Mike done disappeared again.
Go ahead, Doc. Speak your piece.
Jeez, I heard a lot just now, and my face. I can't hide my face. My face is going to old every time. But I'm gonna say it like this: at I know different levels of the situation. I don't think that adolescent homosexuality just happened. I think it was engineered biochemically. So that's a whole nother conversation. Um, I think that in terms of the can you be born gay conversation, it leads into that biochemical conversation of how your parents were and that type of thing. A few comments was made about Dwade buying the clothes, but I don't know if y'all know as much. I don't know if y'all know about the situation in terms of Gabrielle Union is actually for him doing that.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
She's like supporting him in that. She's like, if that's what he feel, internally, organically, then that's what he feel. Excuse me, and he should have the freedom to do so. Personally speaking, not with it at all. And D right, I can already know he gonna call me homophobic, whatever. But this is what it is. Like
My mic don't even work.
Oh, it works now.
But I know
worked
D
just
right
for
gonna
that.
have something to say.
I don't got nothing to say, man.
But I'm not with it. I'm not with I'm not with black male homosexuality at all. At all.
I do think it's a big problem. I do think it's a big problem that only people that get this so much flack about not wanting this black people. I'm like, there must be some agenda as to why you don't want the black race to continue on, that you want to keep pressing all of these, everything that they got a problem with black people doing is things that keep black people progressing forward. Exactly. And eventually, and if he was being 100, if for some fucking reason it was just open season on everybody being gay or something, there wouldn't be no more of those people that's gay, technically.
But the thing is, though, there is a conversation about the reason why it's such a big issue is because it includes white youth. If it was only black people who were dealing with the homosexual issue, then it wouldn't be as big of an issue.
Nope.
To that same extent of what George was saying. But in terms of a 12-year-old, you know what I'm saying, wearing halter tops and nails and all this big wild shit, like,
come on.
There's no, come on. Like there has to be a point where I agree with how Tyler put it in the sense of protecting your family. Like at a certain point, as the man of your house, you gotta set certain rules, and whether you want to call that limitation, I mean, if you want to call that limitation, I don't disagree with you. I'm saying that it's the same limitation as you telling your infant child not to play with your phone or something, like your phone about to drop on the ground, you can break it, whatever, whatever. Like it's a rule that sets a limitation on their actions. Like I don't think that that's a bad thing. Like I don't think that that should be shunned in any type of way, and I don't think that the idea of even the idea of homophobicness, like I don't even think that that's all the way a bad idea just because it's
That was
the
made
fact
by a white doctor like 20
it
years ago.
doesn't yeah it doesn't lead to reproduction. It doesn't lead to continuing your family lineage or
It's a
your
dead end.
yeah right. I
Uh,
don't I don't think that
hold on, is my mic on?
It
yeah
come and go.
All right.
There it
my
is.
my
Listen,
whole but
hold
my,
on. Wait, man.
what
Hold
do you
on.
mean?
Listen.
Let me just go on for a minute because okay, just to answer your quick question, right quick. That two men cannot have a child. Period. Like, and
Mhm.
then and now they're talking about having surgeries that allow men to like that's
Yeah.
I
And
know.
and,
I,
like
and on top of that, there are hella women that are disappearing, turning back up with no fucking wombs,
with
bro.
no
that's hold
wounds.
on.
Fuck that.
Listen, man. That's not go off the conspiracy
It
train
ain't no
umbrella.
conspiracy. This is
That's not
literally
That's not.
happening. I'm not saying that
Hold on.
those
Wait a minute.
wombs
Pump
are
the
in some
brakes.
myth somewhere, but I am saying
Listen. All
that's
right.
a
Listen.
fucking problem.
I'm not denying or confirming your conspiracy. All I'm saying is this, bruh. Listen, I'm a heterosexual male. Of course, I want my son to be heterosexual and continue on my family lineage
But the
and
reason why
procreate.
you feel that way is I don't want to say shallow, but it's not based in the word I want to use is culture, but I don't want to leave it to tradition. The idea is just a male with testosterone is not going to be physically, romantically attracted to another male with testosterone. That is just the case. Now if you don't want to add in the biochemical warfare that's going on, that's a whole nother conversation. There is such thing as biochemical warfare that is
Yeah,
occurring
sure. I
on a
mean,
mass on a mass scale.
it starts with the Similac. I got you. The
Right. So
estrogen. I got you.
even if you understand that, then there's no way that you can disagree. If you understand that if biochemical warfare is happening from the time that you're an infant through the Similac, the infant male, etc., if you understand that the soy and all of that and
Yeah, I
corn,
know. It
if
mimics the estrogen.
if you understand that and you don't accept that as if you don't see that as a wild conspiracy theory, then at the same time moving forward from what that manifests, you you have to. I don't want to say you have to be against male homosexuality to that extent, but you have to see it being an offshoot of what you already know to be true. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's just fact. That's
How do
objective
I feel
fact.
about that? Listen, I mean, I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the food industry and a lot of the byproducts that mimic estrogen in the body that
And then there's a
reduces
such thing as
testosterone level.
there's a such
Yeah.
thing as there's a chemical called atrazine
Huh?
that
Yeah.
they tested on frogs where the frogs literally turn from male to female, where we see that in the animal kingdom. And one thing that George turned up where he was like that homosexuality occurs quote unquote random in the animal kingdom. It's not random to the extent of chemtrails. So if we, like I said, if we really want to talk about the chemical warfare that's going on, it's a terraforming concept. Like it's not
Mhm.
just isolated incidents. So you're gonna see it in the animal kingdom. You're gonna see it in random locations
I get
because
real
it's so
tinfoil
well
hat right
known.
now. Y'all get real tinfoil hat right
But
now.
and the thing
No.
is, the crazy part even about your example of the tinfoil hat is just the
Here we
term
go.
the term conspiracy theory. Like the term conspiracy theory was
Yeah.
made by the U.S. government. It was meant to offset free thinking people. So
I
it's
would
like
agree with. I would agree. I ain't disagreeing with that. Listen, we can go on this topic for a long time. Like, I think.
But me personally, I'm gonna just say me personally, a 12-year-old, my t- I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna. I'm hoping that my 12 year, my son. I have a son. I'm gonna hope that my son grows up to be a heterosexual male. However, I know what goes on in the world. I know how his mother is in terms of feeding him, and I know that he makes personal choices. If it came to be that my son was 12 years old and he came to me and was like, Dad, you know what I'm saying? I have a physical attraction towards males. The
My name is
same
Tyler. My name is Tyler Wu.
the same way how I'm breaking it down to y'all, I would attempt to break it down to him in that same communicative way. Like I would let him know that as a male, your chromosomes and your hormones are based towards testosterone, and it should be this way. Now, if you still feel that way after all the communication has happened, et cetera, and then like the way that I show information from an objective point of view, if after all of that you still feel that you're romantically attracted to males, um, I'm gonna have an internal issue with it. Um, but at the same time, if that's still gonna be your way to go, I can't I can't, especially like once he turns like 18, 21, etc. I can't not. I'm not. I would never support it. I'm gonna just let you know that
Spit
right now.
that shit out, man. Spit that shit out.
I'm never gonna support it. But what I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna shun you. Like I'm not gonna push you away. But I'm definitely not gonna support it. I'm definitely for the rest of your life you're gonna hear this from me. Period.
All right, fellas, let's table this conversation. I think this can be a whole podcast in itself. Obviously, a lot of because the chemical imbalances would be one conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Hormones would be one conversation. Tyler Wu's mustache would be another conversation. I think we just need to table it and come back to it. We need to table it. That says savage.
The nigga who told you that was a savage.
All right, whatever. You Obama. Amazon sold me this. Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos did not sell you that. Some nigga that was on this FBA shit sold you that.
All right, fellas. All right, let's go ahead and move on to a man's perspective. I got a question from a female who happens to be someone's mother on this podcast. Anyone guess who it is?
Yours?
Definitely Ty.
No?
Ty?
Definitely goddamn Ty's mother. Yeah, man. She got a question. Her question is this. Her question is, why do men say just tell me the truth
when they
can never handle it? And that's a very open-ended question. I'll just kick it out to y'all tell me y'all thoughts.
Well, Ty's your mom. You can lead the way.
Hold on.
Yeah, go first. Go in, Ty. I need to hear this.
Say one more time for me.
All right, hold on. Let me pull this shit back up, big fella.
We got moms sending
the
in
question
questions.
is this. The question is, why do most men say, just tell me the truth, and can never handle it?
Because we just want to know the truth and we just be tired. The thing is, women so good at lying, man. You never know what's true and what's false. So a lot of times we know we can't handle it. I guess it depends on what the truth is. I feel like if we asking like that, like just tell me the truth, I feel like we may not be able to handle it. But the thing is, women so sneaky, man. Unless you could get to about like a personal level where they gonna actually tell you the truth, you're gonna never know what the truth is. So you gotta kind of like cater to them, like, baby, come on, baby, I'ma still be with you. Just tell me the truth, and it'll all be good. Just to get that out of them. Then when you finally hear, you like, man, F that. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like I feel like men can't handle that, and I feel like women are sneaky, so that's why we do that.
Yeah, I don't get that second part. I don't get the handling part.
Well, the only truth that I think men struggle with handling is truth that affects their pride, right? Yeah. Let's say you and your girl going to break, sleep with other partners, and then nigga ask a dumbass question like, was he bigger than me though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That question is daring to his pride. Like, if he asks a question with like, I don't know, did he take you out? Yeah, he took me out. We went to Sardi's out Capitol Heights. All right, fuck that shit. We ask the question like, did he last longer than me though? That shit hurts your pride. So I think, bro, niggas, do you saying niggas don't ask questions like that?
I'm hella confused. Maybe I'm just not talking to the same kind of chicks. I've never had to ask, just tell me the truth. I had to ask like, what's wrong? like spit out whatever's going
Uh,
on, but it's never no shit like that. Like I don't understand this question at all.
Hey man, that's a popular question, man. I'm telling you, man. Niggas
Yeah,
be females and males be going on breaks and they always ask dumb shit like that. I would never ask no shit like that. I'm gonna let that shit slide. I don't want nothing to hurt my
This
pride.
nigga said I ain't going here.
I don't want that. I don't care.
I wouldn't be asking like, did he smash or how did he last longer than me? Was he bigger than me?
I respect I respect your raspy voice that you're doing in.
Right? It's a lot better than your rap. Dominatrix. Go ahead, Doc.
I'm gonna say I kind of agree with y'all in the sense of the whole man's pride thing, and in terms of women do be embellishing just because they know that they can hurt that in a way.
Sure.
But at the same time, me personally, I really don't ask those type of questions. Not that I don't, I don't. My pride isn't based in that, so it wouldn't be hurt by if she was that say cuz was bigger or better or whatever. That doesn't hurt my pride at all. Like I don't.
What if he was more woke?
Hey, it is what it is.
Was he woker than me?
This nigga said more.
He was Hotep. He was Hotep.
He's funny for that. He's funny for that. But nah. If that's the case, it just is what it is. I'm an objective person. Like I'm wholeheartedly objective. Like I really feel like whatever the truth is just is what it is. And my perspective on a lot of things may be unpopular. My perspective on a thing may trigger a lot of people's, dissonance. But at the same time, I'm complete. I try to be as objective as I can possibly be about what the truth actually is. And if I feel like, if I feel like that is something like how y'all just said in terms of wokeness, that might be something that like what y'all how y'all brought it up. Y'all think that it would be something that would trigger me because that's something that I feel deeply about. But the more deeply I actually feel about it is like I wouldn't ask, but at the same time, I would want to know the truth of like, how do you feel about this person mentality? How do you feel about how this person thinks or whatever like that? So it's like, I wouldn't ask though. I wouldn't care to that degree enough to ask, enough to physically say, is this person, et cetera, et cetera. But if you decided to tell me, like, my pride wouldn't be hurt though. Like,
so in short or in summation, it depends on the nigga and what he's prideful about.
Right, essentially. I don't care. I personally don't care. Like for real, what it would do is that's more motivating to me. I'm the type of nigga that's just like, okay, this nigga's better than me at this. I have to get better at this. That's just how I feel.
So some niggas gotta grow their dick.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
scientifically, I don't think you can do that, bro.
Hey, you don't know the body then.
All right, man. All right, next question, nigga. Next question. This question comes from somebody I know that we went to school with, me and Ty and Doc. And it's kind of fucked up. I ain't gonna say his name, but she says this: do men not feel a way about their good friends not being in their children's lives?
Wow.
What?
I do feel away.
That's a lot. I
do feel away.
Mm-hmm.
I've cut friends off because they're not in their kids' life. I don't play that. Y'all know I don't play that.
Hey, say the question again.
Do men not feel a way about their good friends not being in their children's lives?
Oh, okay. You mean like if y'all know somebody who's not fucking with their kids?
If I'm a man and I'm a deadbeat father, do you feel a way about that? And I'm gonna add on to a question: do you confront your man?
100%.
100%.
1,000%.
Yeah, 100%. You got to like. It's no way that you can consider that your friend for real if you're not helping their consciousness grow. Like, it's no way that you can just allow that to happen and not say nothing.
Even I had a friend who I guess he was like ducking his baby moms and stuff, and I knew it was some wild stuff. And I didn't sit down with him and I talked to him about it before. And I would just do little things like, hey, bro, bring little man over here. I got my son with me. I got my kids. Hey, bring little man over. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to get the kids. But, like in the long run, man, if you don't talk to your friend, if you don't come to your friend like a man, then you're not a friend, bro.
Yeah, no
All right.
question.
Well, what about this though? At the same time, so I'm with y'all for sure. Like I don't got kids, but if I know anybody that was trying to like
Mhm.
you don't be with your kid, that's like part of to me professionalism. Like nigga, we're not even the same like level to be communicating. You're like a bum for real. But
Exactly.
at the
One hundred
same
percent.
time, I do know some dudes who I know actively, yo, I'm trying to be in my kid's life, trying to be my kid's life, and the baby mother might be telling you this nigga a deadbeat, but in reality, she ain't trying to let this nigga come around. Period. She wants him to look like this. She wants him
That's
to look
Yeah.
like a
factual.
deadbeat.
That's
So in a
that's
situation like
I
that,
think so.
that's
I'm
factual.
still around him. But for the other stuff, nah, that nigga's a bum.
I've been in that situation before, so I know that.
Yeah, yeah. Like I agree with that. If you talk to him, basically you approach a man and he tell you like, look, I'm trying to be in this kid's life. She not letting me. She making it difficult for me. I gotta go through the courts. Whatever.
But
That's
see,
different.
I feel
I
like
think
that's
the essence
different
of a
because you did
question.
approach him.
What Well, the essence of her question, the person she's talking about in particular, I know who he is, and he's a associate of mine, and he's known to be a liar. So the thing about it is
That's what got
it
nip shot,
compounds
man. Be careful.
Uh,
it compounds the question because I was like, do I? All right, he's known to be a liar, right? I
Yeah.
keep him as my man to a degree. I'm like, this is my nigga, but he not my close man because I know he a liar. I keep him at a distance,
right.
right? Even if I approach him about his kid, it's not gonna have no effect. I don't think
You
personally.
just said you're not
So
his
are y'all
friend.
saying at that point, well, he's like an associate
So,
almost.
but that,
I'm
but
not beefing
okay,
with this nigga, but I know him personally.
but that's not your place because that's not your friend.
Yeah, if you don't
Okay,
classify him as like friend, like me personally, I'm gonna just be real. Me personally, anybody who has any type of association with me, I'm gonna hold them to a certain level anyway. Like if we're gonna have any type of conversation and I know certain things about you or I learned certain things about you, I'm gonna confront you about that from the very beginning. Like at a deep level just because I have a genuine thought process of wanting to see the best out of anybody who's associated with me. So whether you call them associate, friend, family,
mm-hmm.
brother, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I want to see
Right.
the best out of you. So my consciousness is just gonna subconsciously ask you about the best possible scenario. Within the situation of having a baby mother that is on some either lying shit saying that you're a deadbeat or whatever, that does occur.
Happens a lot.
And I see that I did read an article relatively recently that was like that more men are actually winning the custody battle in court nowadays than they did ever.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? So
Praise God.
I
Yeah,
really
praise God.
I really hope that the men who really want to be in their kids' life, that really want that custody battle to really go in and do all the things that's necessary to gain custody of their children. Because even like the modern day easy talk is talking about deadbeat dads and dads that don't want to be around. But one of the hidden conversations, I know this might trigger Darius a bit, but one of the hidden conversations is about the effect on children of toxic mothers. That is a real thing.
Sure, sure.
Where mothers don't like, and again, this might trigger some people, some listeners or whatever like that. But I personally don't believe that the feminine energy contains discipline. I don't think that that's the case. I think that they gain that from a masculine perspective. So a child under a completely feminine woman won't grow up in a disciplined household, which makes like a wild child in a way. That's why when you see it, like I end up like more than like I worked in the school system, and I'm just telling you from my experience. I worked in the school system. I worked in a situation where I worked in school in Southeast where it was niggas, mostly niggas, and then it had like some sprinkled other perspectives or whatever, other ethnicities or whatever. And then I also simultaneously worked at a Chinese immersion school where it was mostly white and Chinese kids, and then you had sprinkled black kids around. And in both situations, whether regardless of social status, regardless of how much money they made, regardless of ethnicity, what I saw was the ones who had a masculine father figure in their life tended to be more of a disciplined child. They tended to be easier to teach. They tended to be less, rambunctious about, wanting to be, wild and, whatever, whatever. And then the ones who only had mothers, and then I've seen ones who had two mothers on the whole, homosexual thing. When you see that, what you tend to see is a child that's just on his, you know what I'm saying? The group chat's wild right now. I'm sure. What you tend to see is that the group chat's wild right now. But what you tend to see is that they tend to be acting out more for like attention. They tend to be acting out like in terms of not being able to focus for very long and that type of thing. Um, yeah, me personally, I just think that when
Come on, spit that shit out,
men,
dog.
men just need to be more, what I'm saying, involved in their kids' life type of thing. And then when they're not, it's definitely shown that it's gonna be an issue.
All right. Stay black, stay woke.
Stay woke. Hey. Hey, if that's what y'all comparing me to, I'm with it. Hey, it is what it is.
The picture in the group chat.
The group chat is wild right now. I'm gonna just let listeners know the group chat is wild right now.
I'm gonna give y'all some drills real quick, man. Just try to keep y'all minutes to your answers to like 2 minutes, man. And this ISO boom. This is in the name of a great movie that just came out. I'm hoping. I haven't seen it yet. Probably gonna see it tomorrow. Called Queen of Slim. The synopsis of the movie basically is that they went on a date, first date, and they got pulled over by a police officer, and the police officer did not know how to handle the interaction, and he ended up shooting. Oh, excuse me, no, he ended up pulling his gun out, and Slim took the gun and shot the police officer, which catapulted the two, the man and the woman on a Bonnie and Clyde type lifestyle because they obviously couldn't turn themselves in. They know how the climate is.
I think every nigga know the movie.
Huh?
Every nigga on this don't know the movie, bro.
I haven't seen it, but
yeah, I ain't seen it either, but no.
Based off of what you just said, I'm with it. Like,
it sounds like a real interesting movie. Real interesting movie. That's so. I got a little twist on a scenario, because I don't think that's quite. That's not probably not a scenario that will happen most likely. Typically. So my question is just, all right, boom. You with a girl, cool. You're going to first dates, excellent. Let's say y'all even get the cheeks on the first date. She got the torch. You know what I'm saying? She might be a Cancer. I don't know.
This nigga explanations.
No bullshit.
Whole time his mic went out again.
Excellent news. All right, so what do you think his twist was about to be? Because
I have no idea. He be going to
so let's just discuss if we think that it's going to go well for them. So no one here saw the movie, right?
I haven't seen the movie yet.
All right, so how y'all think that shit going to go? I think that these two both go die at the end. I think the towns go to Raleigh and shit. They go try to hide them. It's going to be hella fucking police, and they go come up and fucking just blow down the whole block.
Unfortunately, I'm with George because I know stories like that don't ever end well.
Hell no.
Which is very unfortunate and terrible. I think it's going to end that way. I think it's going to be both of them dead in the town riding, and they're going to be like, oh, they live on forever. They're martyrs. Yes, but that's what I think.
So,
can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
The
Damn
last,
it.
Fuck all that. No, hold on.
No. I'm going in. Last podcast, you hit me to the Black and Blue movie, which I just watched.
Was it fire or not?
Fire. I feel like it was
I didn't see it, y'all. I might go see that tomorrow.
Fire. One of the best movies of the year, bro. Honestly, bro.
I might go see that, John.
I feel like it's gonna happen like that to where not necessarily both of them die.
Don't spoil it.
It was a great movie, bro. Great movie.
I'm gonna check it out right now.
Where it's just
great movie.
Where it ends up a situation where one of them dies and the other one kind of like live their life in remembrance of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm with that wholeheartedly. Like if I'm wholeheartedly with black people
Protecting.
protecting themselves. No question.
Say that.
No question. Yeah,
All right.
protecting
All
themselves.
right,
No
that
question.
wasn't my question. That wasn't my ISO boom, by the way. My ISO boom was way more ratchet.
But come on
My
then.
ISO boom, like I was saying, they might be a cancer and have that torch. You feeling this female? I don't know how long y'all been talking. Y'all feeling the blank. She lets you know she come home one day to your place or whatever.
You better not
She
do the
like,
same
babe.
damn thing you did a couple episodes ago with this bitch being a fucking escort.
No boy.
Nah,
They
she
on
come home.
their knees.
Listen, man, relax, man. That was the threesome joint. But anyway, she like, babe, I gotta be honest with you real quick. I had an issue. I just caught a body. And you like, damn, for real? Damn. She like, yeah, I had to. I'm just talking shit, and I bust at her. Right now, listen, men like to fall heavy on a girl who's ride or die. My question is to you, gentlemen, because two things that happen if you accept that knowledge and continue on with her, you become an accessory to the crime.
Hey,
do you stay in the relationship? Now, listen, everything goes. Listen, hold on, before you answer, everything goes is perfect. Like everything
else is perfect. Okay.
Yeah, she's a business owner, bro. Black business owner. She's super pro black. She normally don't encourage violence, but in this situation, it just got to that point where it happened like that.
I'm a real street nigga, so you already know what I'm gonna do.
Gang shit. It is what it is.
Oh, you're a ride or die bitch, then. You're a ride or die bitch, huh?
Bonnie and Clyde, it is what it is.
I don't know, cuz. You say I just met this chick.
Man, listen,
nah, he said everything straight.
I'm going down. I'm going down with her.
Hey, it is what it is.
If y'all together, I mean, yeah, this your baby mother. Y'all together for a minute. Yeah, we gonna do what we gotta do.
Ain't no children.
I didn't know.
Okay.
If you talking about somebody like a weekend, like we not engaged, none of that shit. Hell to the motherfucking nah, bitch. I know you did not come up here thinking you about to trade murder for some pussy.
Yeah,
you got me fucked
hold on,
up.
Hold on, whoa. So that's one yes and one no?
Well, no, because you didn't really explain the question out.
Like, so the question is, all right, everything else is perfect. Everything else is perfect, like relationship wise, right?
But how long has the relationship been going on?
Don't change it.
Let's say fair enough, a year and a half.
I gotta say, how long was they together in the movie?
They was on the first date.
No, it was first date.
Oh,
but we say we'll be like modest. I think a year and a half is a good foundation.
Okay. Yeah, I'm catching that charge.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You said what? You said what?
I'm catching that charge. No questions about it.
So you gonna be quiet? All right, that's one.
No.
I mean, I don't think that it. I don't necessarily think it will result. I'm not gonna say that it won't result in the charge, but at the same time, that is something to fight.
I'm trying to understand. Is this like already resolved? She's just saying like, oh yeah, I have killed someone before, or she's saying like this shit just happened Tuesday, nigga.
I mean, if she tells you that she just murked somebody, she just got done on that shit. Maybe she even tell you like, help me hide these clothes, help me hide this burner real quick.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we don't.
Okay. Either way, I'm not going to tell. If I met her today, I'm not going to tell.
Yeah, no
never telling. I'm not telling. Telling is not a question.
I mean, I ain't telling nothing, but we ain't together. I promise you that.
I'm going to help her dissolve.
Hold on. So Ty gonna stay with her. Doc, it sounds like you gonna stay with her. Yeah. George, what was you saying, George?
I'm a year and a half. I'm probably not staying with her. I ain't telling nobody, but I'm like, nah, bro. You ain't out here about to trade pussy for murder, nigga. No.
So you gonna bring up
trading pussy for murder? It's just.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Is that the value of woman? Only pussy? Wow, companionship.
But I'm not mad at George because that's George's preference. Right. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with having a preference. If you don't want to deal with a murderer, you shouldn't have to. So I'm not mad at George. Yeah. I'm not mad at George for that.
I'm not mad at him, but at the same time, I don't necessarily agree. I feel like if that's what she with, and we done built the foundation and all of that, like, and that's just you, and you protected yourself, and you just happen to kill somebody. That's just life. Like, we just got to deal with it.
I did not. Hold on, wait a minute. I did not say protect yourself. She had an issue with somebody, and she murked him.
I agree with George because I understand
out the way to do this.
It couldn't be resolved no other kind of way. That's what I'm saying. It had to be resolved. One of them was going down, and she took the initiative and murdered.
That sound like defense to me. That sound like you chose your life over the other person's life, and in the sense of self-preservation, I cannot be mad at you for self-preservation at all.
Well, for me, It depends on the connection with the woman, right? We've been together for a year and a half, and I really feel like it's like this my queen. I'm probably gonna stay.
Hey,
That's saying.
I know if she's willing to go that far to protect herself, then her whole situation in terms of protection, in terms of protecting our relationship, protecting me, protecting our kids,
All right.
she's
Yeah.
on it. Like I'm with
Yeah.
that. Like if you're
Yeah.
willing to go that far, then I need that. Like that to me
I
sounds
mean,
like queen like behavior. Like that's just real.
if y'all stay with her, I am going to say this is a prime opportunity to get whatever threesome y'all want, whatever freaky shit y'all
Oh,
want,
this nigga
whatever
dirty.
whatever the
Like,
fuck
I
y'all
stay
want
with
from
you.
this.
I stay with you, but I need you and your friend to come over next week. And
Period.
you know what I'm saying? All right, fellas. Yeah, man. That's my eyes so boom for this week. So that was what? That was 1, 2, 3 with stay, and then George is copping out probably because he in
Here you go with this
school.
copping out shit, nigga. I
Understand?
promise
Nah,
you
it's
right
cool. We
now.
understand.
If a nigga needs somebody murdered, they gonna come to you or they gonna come to the nigga in the military with fucking hella rifles and this shit, ready to go,
First of all,
registered in any state I go
I'm
to.
a swear.
They gonna hit
I
me
think
up.
I'll go to the
I
guy.
don't want no smoke
They're
with the
not
law.
going to this
I don't want
nigga.
no smoke
I'm
with the
going
law.
to the military guy.
Yeah,
I don't
nigga.
want
Stop
no-
it.
Not the
You
guy
ain't
who
say
just
you ain't
stabbed
say
his
my cousins hit a nigga up. You said some chick who just got some fire
Exactly.
pussy. And I'm supposed to just let her be
She
murdering
got other
people
fire elements.
and
She got
implicating
other
me.
fire elements.
Everybody don't live the
Fire
same
elements.
way.
Yeah, everybody don't live that life the same way. Everybody
cool.
don't have the same.
Shit.
All right, fellas, we bringing this thing to a close, but I don't want to be remiss. It is Small Business Saturday. You know, Black Friday is yesterday, so I want to shout out Doc. Can we get a hand of applause for Doc real quick? He opened up his business this weekend. Hey, I see you. Antibiotics Research Institute. I use the service myself. It was excellent. Got me in shape. I'm gonna be rejoining real soon, Doc. Go ahead. You just want to give a brief overview of what you do, man. I think it's very important that we highlight you for today.
So just to give an overview, I put my website live, docshepherd.net. Um, and like you said, the Cinebiotics Research Institute is about giving further perspective outside of any concept that we have in contemporary science in terms of health, wellness, and fitness.
Yeah.
I do nutritional consultation. I do physical training. I do metaphysical consultation in a form of dream interpretation, tarot card readings, and natal chart readings.
Okay.
Natal chart readings being your astrology chart, where like you know what your sun sign is, where everybody say this is my sign, etc. But
Yeah, from birth.
there are other planets and there's other points involved that talk about your entire life from birth to death, and we can go into that to extent, like in very vivid detail.
Right.
Also, along with that, we have or I have African based health products.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Seen that black soap on there. I seen that black soap.
Yeah, everything from shea butter and black soap to I'm I'm going to be involving more products. My wholesale account is starting to be more inclusive of other things. So I'm gonna have certain things like tea. I'm gonna have certain things like what they call bitters, or what we know of as root beer is a soda, but what it started off as actual roots in water, and then you let that ferment for a while, and then it becomes a bitter drink, and it becomes supremely healthy. But I'm going to end up having like traditional African clothing. I'm going to have traditional African roots and herbs that they use to maintain their health, and that type of thing. And a good portion of the proceeds actually go to Africa. It goes to the African sourcing, the African farms, African farmers. A good portion of my proceeds go to that. So I hope that people choose to use my service versus going to an Amazon, even though the price may be better on Amazon. If you believe in black-owned businesses, like Saha the Prince has an interview where he talks about a black-owned business isn't really a black-owned business if you're not benefiting Africa. So even though there may be a small markup on my products, like I will hope that ideology pervades the idea of getting it for the cheapest price. So
For sure.
yeah, we're definitely here again. DocShepherd.net, and hit me up.
Very proud of you, sir. Very proud of you, man.
Appreciate you.
No, it's a good thing to start a business and it takes a lot of hard work. People think that like they could just have an idea and it comes to fruition. No, it's a lot of hard work, especially if you build the website yourself, stuff like that.
Definitely. I
Been
did
in that-
everything myself. Believe me, like I done built from syllabolics to the website. Everything has been
Yes,
me.
sir.
Like,
Very proud of
period.
you.
Yes, sir.
Fellas, we bring this thing to a close. Do y'all got any open topics as we round this thing up? No?
We done rapped about everything.
Facts.
It is true. We're gonna save some shit for next episode. When we talk about Judge Joe Brown. You know what I'm saying? We'll save that for next episode.
Next
Yeah,
episode.
come back next episode because we going in on Judge Joe Brown.
Hey,
That nigga wild.
be ready for that. Be ready.
Invite Judge Joe Brown to listen to that.
we gonna invite Judge Joe Brown.
Somebody tag Judge Joe Brown in this episode.
Somebody
so he'll know that we about
Tag
to-
Judge Joe Brown right underneath this episode.
Right.
We need him to see.
I gotta
Oh, yeah.
see. I gotta see what y'all talking about, bro.
I got
Yeah, you gotta see it,
I got a shout out to make real quick, just in the spirit of the moment. If you're a listener of this account, like I said, I didn't mention the signature apparel in terms of my own brand. If you mention this episode in ordering, then you'll get a 10% discount on.
Hey,
Hey, y'all hear that?
iN-Word
Money.
podcast, baby.
Savings,
iN-Word
Black
podcast.
Friday,
This
Cyber
is the
Weekend.
easiest thing ever. All you gotta do is listen to the podcast.
Listen to the podcast. If you're a listener to this podcast and you mention this episode during your order, then I'll give you a 10% discount on practically whatever it is, whether it be a service or a product. And we can talk about that as soon as you make your order.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't have nothing else to talk about, fellas. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all holidays. I cried on Thursday because of the Cowboys, but we're still here, man.
You're a Cowboys fan from the DC metro area. I can't talk to you.
Well, first of all, 70% of us are Cowboys fans.
Hey, and y'all 70% is fake as shit. Y'all need to even be.
It's cool.
If you're not gonna be a Redskins fan, you at the very least need to be on the Lamar Jackson wave. Like,
I've been to
hey,
Texas.
this
I've been
nigga
to
is
Texas.
a man. Like,
I've been to the stadium.
hey,
I've been there.
have you lived there? Do you have roots there? Do you
It
have?
don't matter. I've been to Texas.
That's an ex-
Everybody's like, "Oh, you a Dallas Cowboys fan? You haven't even been to Dallas, Texas?"
that's
No,
an
I've been to the stadium.
That's
I'm
an
good.
I've been to Florida, and that don't make me a Miami Heat fan. Fuck
No,
all
you
that.
First
It's
of all,
Willis.
you got to be born in Florida to get their DNA. It's a different kind of DNA. Very particular to Florida. You don't just get
Nigga, that Florida shit dead. Stop trying to bring it back up.
you know what I'm
At
saying?
all. Yeah, man.
Florida man, shit is dead, bro.
Hey, man, I'm gonna slowly when this shit start booming, I'm like, y'all want me to bring Florida man back?
No, nigga.
Boom,
Not at all.
man back, man.
You don't
All
care
right,
about
fellas.
Florida people.
Man, Florida's the weirdest place in the country.
We need to do local shows. We're gonna start doing some local news. We're gonna start doing some local news about, some local celebrities and local happenings. Like, we
How
got
about this? How about we say, whoever listening right now, come in the comments and you can give us ideas on if you want us
Facts.
to
Okay,
talk about more local things.
I'm
or if
good with
you
that.
like us talking about everything that's
And
happening.
remember, we can bring anybody up on this bitch. As long as you got a
Yeah.
fucking Gmail account.
Good point.
You can
got a
pop
good
up on
point.
this, junk.
Yeah.
leave,
All right, well,
leave a comment, leave ratings, leave shares, all of that. We need all of that. We appreciate all of that.
Yes, sir. Once I upload this, it'll be on all major platforms. If you want Apple or Google, please give us a 5-star rating. And if you got any particular comments you want us to cover, go ahead and write it out. Let us know.
Let us know.
I don't know if I am your boy who was
And directed at one of us, too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just know, don't at me. I don't want no smoke.
hey, I'm with all smoke. This is Dr. G.
I'm open to any and all smoke that you got.
I don't want the smoke. I'm the moderator.
I'll
Man.
take
I
it.
don't-
We are all open
Hickory,
to other opinions.
I
anything.
want smoke.
Open to other opinions.
All right, man. This is the iN-Word podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Dude.
Good episode, fellas.